Hello, welcome to Conversations with Neuvias. My name is Carol. Today we have the lovely Marge,
Hello.
and our lovely topic is energy vampires.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to talk about energy vampires.
Yes, and people will wonder, like, what exactly is an energy vampire? And if you have seen the show, oops, somebody just went by. It's a lot of music, but if you've seen the talk show, What We Do in the Shadows, there is a young man on there called Colin Robinson, and he is an energy vampire, and that whole show is about vampires, but he specifically is an energy vampire. But just to kind of give you a little bit of clarity there, but
So
what
what show is that?
the one that I told you about, What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, the guy's Colin Robinson. Anyway, he's will talk your ear off and you don't even know what's going on. But anyway, energy vampires can refer to individuals, situations, devices, that drain you emotionally, mentally, and physically. And, you know, uh, sometimes you may be speaking to somebody or something, or they may be speaking to you, and y'all are not reciprocating the conversation. And then you finally severe that conversation, and then you're just so emotionally drained, and you're like, what happened? I had all this energy and now I have no energy.
I need a nap.
Yeah. But I just, yeah, it's, people like that have that energy vampire energy in them, that they're seeking attention, and so they're interacting with you, and so that they can also display narcissist behaviors as well, Marge. So,
Yeah. A
yeah,
lot of
and
them are attention seekers, like you said, and they have that victim mentality, or they like to make you feel guilty about things.
yes,
Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. They're just exhausting.
no, exactly. And I was gonna say too. So, with that in mind, when you think of energy vampires, yes, you do think of individual, but you can also it could also have environmental factors, where you work, your career, your technology, um your screen
Yeah.
time on your technology,
Yeah.
so yeah, and even making poor lifestyle choices can also have a huge impact on the way you are emotionally and physically draining as well, so
That's true. Yeah.
yes.
It's interesting. The tech technology can really just drag you in, and then you're anything that makes you feel anxious, nervous, anxiety ridden, exhausted, mentally all pent up is
Yeah.
something that's energy vampire sucking the life out of you,
Yeah, it's
basically.
consuming all that from you, and you might not know that, but that's, with people constantly on the phone, you're watching videos, you're watching fun videos, you're watching scary videos, you're watching, anything that is just constantly going, and like Marge said, your nervous system and all that, it sets that positivity and turns it spiraling down. So,
Yeah, it does. I actually had a while that I was playing a certain game on my phone, and it was addicting. I was addicted to it. I'm not going to lie. And I would sit down. I said, I'm just going to play two games. Well, two games turned into 2 hours. And then I'm mad at myself because
mhm.
I've wasted this time when I could have been working on something constructive and uplifting instead of just fighting this game. And it had a timer on it. So you were just like anxiety ridden the whole time.
Oh my
Time you're playing it.
God.
Finally, I said, you know what? I'm deleting this. Forget it. I'm not getting sucked into this anymore.
I know. I used to play that one Mahjong or Maj.
Mahjong. Hmm.
Yes, and oh my God, that could just be addicting in itself.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, that's why when you said that, that's funny. So
How do
another,
you recognize that you've been in a situation with an energy vampire?
yeah, that's exactly what I was just gonna say, Marge. You took the words out. So if you're feeling emotionally drained, or feeling exhausted, like we'd mentioned, you're anxious, or your energy's being depleted, that's pretty much an energy vampire there. If there's constant negativity that's being talked, like say a person's talking to you about their work and how they hate it and they don't like it and their boss is this and the work is this or whatever the case may be, and they're constantly complaining about that, that's also your energy being zapped out. You're trying to give a lending ear and also maybe give advice, but you're also getting your energy depleted from that.
Yeah. Because as much as you, and sometimes they don't let you get a word in either. So you're just listening to a tirade. It's like, I really don't want to hear anymore.
Oh my
But if
God.
you're
Yeah.
polite and you love them, or, or you at least respect them enough to
Mhm.
let them do their thing. And then suddenly you realize, oh my goodness, this is just sapping my life, my sapping my energy. I picture from one of those mummy movies how the body just
Oh
shrivels up
yeah.
into nothing and you're just done. I'm done.
Yeah. Like a grape, you're already dried out.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're not reciprocating. You want to get it should be give and take, but they're not reciprocating. So, like
Right.
you said, they're taking a lot of your time and your attention, Marge. And it's even though, like we were talking about, you're trying to be there emotionally to support them, but it's all one-sided, and so you're just like, okay, I can't
Yeah.
say anything, and then when you do try to say something, okay, well, I'm done. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Right.
Like,
That's true.
what just happened?
Yeah, that energy has to be a little balanced if you're
Yes.
in especially if it's in a relationship. But I think it's important to have this kind of conversation at the beginning of November because we're getting all ready to start having a lot of gatherings
Uh,
for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and you're going to be getting exposed to those things and keeping that in mind when
mhm.
you're going into different situations, whether it's in the store and there's just so much noise and distraction and people griping and their kids running around, and that's energy sucking too,
Oh
or
my,
can be.
yes. I was gonna say if you carry obsidian with you, that usually helps some of that energy. It's a crystal, so I just remembered that at the top of my head. So. But yeah, another one too, Marge, is the manipulative behavior with that.
It's
They
true.
can use guilt on you, could give you a guilt trip, um, and that could also like make you feel bad, even if it's they want you to go somewhere and then you don't want to go, and then they start giving you this guilt trip of, well, I did this for you, why can't you, and so forth, or whatever the case. And
Right.
that can make you feel really low and be, it's like belittling you. And so just remember that those feelings are also can be caused by an energy vampire.
That's true. That's true. Hadn't thought of that. That's absolutely true.
Yes, and the other one, of course, attention seekers. You love those people.
Yeah.
They're constantly trying to seek validation. They're the person, the center. They're the
Center of attention.
attention. Yes.
Yeah.
And the whole conversation is all about them. Nobody else. It's just all about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
It's very draining. And I just like, you don't need that much validation. I don't understand it, people who are in that mentality of I need to be validated. No, you
Yeah.
don't.
Well, that's it's sad. I kind of look at it as I kind of feel sorry for them because there's something missing if they need that much validation from outside.
Yes. That's
But
true.
I'm still setting my boundaries.
You
So how
have?
do you protect yourself from these situations, right?
Yes.
So setting your boundaries and sticking to them,
Yes.
the big one.
Setting boundary, and the other one too, Mark, just you have to be honest with them. I know it's hard because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. If they've been a longtime friend or a longtime coworker, you don't want to hurt their feelings, but at the same time, you have to set your boundaries and be honest with them and like, look, love you, but like I'm not in this moment mode to take this on today or whatever you
Right.
need to let them know about. Just the conversation can be too much for just anybody, and so
Yeah.
you just take a step back. There. if they're your friend and or coworker, I would think they would understand.
Yeah. And some people are chronic energy vampires, and some people just have their moments,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
so you kind of have to keep in mind that if it's somebody that doesn't do it all the time, then it kind of really can rock you when they do it unexpectedly.
yes,
Something hits their mind and they just go into this mode where they have to do this for a while, and it kind of can really throw you. So being aware of that and being able to say, hold it. This is not a conversation we need to have right now. This is not something that I have the energy to deal with.
yes. Definitely, definitely redirecting that conversation, Marge. Yeah, because if you're not redirecting that conversation, it's just gonna bring turmoil, I would think, into that conversation, and then y'all are both gonna be upset because,
Yeah.
yeah, there was no give and take, and they didn't understand. Well, you're my friend. I need to tell you this, or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. And
Yeah.
yeah, you just have to alleviate that. Step back from that, and just like, I can't do it today.
Yeah. An energy vampire doesn't mean they're purposefully doing this.
No.
And not at
Sometimes they don't
all.
even know when they're doing it.
They don't even, a lot of the time, I think. Most of them don't know.
Yes.
That's just their mindset, and that's their become their personality because they've been living in this mind for so long, and they get into a situation where that's just the way they respond to everything.
Yes. No, for sure. You will know, trust me. You will know when you have that energy vampire near you or something.
Yeah. So making sure you're prepared when you're going into family situations or situations where you know you're going to run up against somebody that's chronically sucking the life out of you. Have a plan of action. I'm staying this long. I will listen for this long. This is how I'm going to stop the listening, saying, oh, I've got to go do something. Or, oh, I mean, even if you just go into the bathroom to stop the loop
Right.
and just take yourself out of the situation and kind of breath, ground yourself, prepare yourself, and go back out. And hopefully the conversation has changed or they've moved on to somebody else.
Yes, now remember, protecting your valuable time is important
Yes.
because, when you're engaging in that, you need that recharge, like Marge was saying, to help you, your little bit of self care that you can give yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It really helps.
oh my God, yeah. Even if you have to go into the bathroom for a minute and splash your face to alleviate some of that energy, by all means do so.
Yeah. Wash your hands. Wash, literally wash your hands of the situation. Let it go down the drain and ground yourself and
Mhm.
focus. Focus on happy stuff, not on the stuff that's been pushed into your brain.
No, and also too, Marge, it's okay to offer support like in moderation. You don't have to do it
Yes.
all at once, and because
Right.
get it off your chest, you just
Yeah.
know that you could do it in increments. Like, I'll listen to you for a little bit, but like you said, put that boundary in place and be like, but I've got to go do something. Even if it's just so they understand that, hey, I've got to go, or whatever the case may be at that
Yeah.
time.
Many, many years ago, I had a friend that would call me um, to complain when she was only when she was drunk. So you could hear the ice in her glass with her buddy Jack. And she would call me like that. And for a while I listened, and then, I was like, this is getting exhausting because it started happening almost every night.
Right.
I can't do it anymore. So started telling her when she was sober, I can't do this with you all the time. I'll give you some time, but this is going to have to stop. I have to take care of myself too, in my own mental state. Can't be worrying about you, and I can't be listening to the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
And when they're sober, it's like, oh, yeah, I understand. I understand. But then it would happen again. So finally, I just started saying, I hear the glass. I hear the slur. I'm not listening to you. Call me when you're sober. Hang up the phone. That was it. But that was after a long time of trying to help them through the stuff. And they weren't, some people are looking for help, and some people are just looking for a place to offload their trash.
Right. Dang. Yeah, because you can honestly use um, kind and compassion when you're approaching that situation,
Absolutely.
your empathy. But however, do not let that, because you're kind and you don't want to be with a doormat for anybody and they're constantly saying, well, I know that I can go to this specific person because they're going to pick up every time or they're going to,
Yeah. Take
listen
care
to
of
me
it.
every time. Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing about energy vampires too is because they can also manipulate your emotional health,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
It's kind of like one of those things, you are what you eat.
oh
So if
yeah.
you start listening to that all the time and intaking that, just like with social media or any media, my family used to say it when I was a kid, listening to the wrong music. Yeah, don't listen to that music. It becomes you. You become it. You become the attitude of that. And so it just starts impacting your mindset.
Oh my God, yes, for sure. And like you said, Marge, we have to be prepared that for that reaction that we are going to get because they're going to react negativity, and but staying firm and calm in what you're saying and true to your conviction and letting them know that like I love you, but I like you said at the end of the day I can't do this today. There's just putting those boundaries and it's not they hopefully they will be understanding of that,
Yeah.
it's just you're trying to prioritize that for your well-being so you can yourself can be at ease and not alleviate some of that.
Yeah. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else.
No,
So you have to take care of yourself.
exactly. um I was gonna say, Marge, I know with what we're talking about energy vampires and two, there are different feng shui techniques it that I thought about too that you can alleviate or help during this energy vampire crisis. If you should have some, I don't know if people know what feng shui is, but I try to do feng shui in my house sometimes to just change some of the energy or whatever it is that helping, but to help yourself with if you are feeling all the time emotionally drained or out of sorts or just depleted all the time, maybe it's time to start changing things around in your environment, which is, you can clear your clutter. Clutter blocks that energy flow and stuff. And so, um, it can, you can be your own energy vampire too, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Your clutter becomes your prison.
Yes. So just remember to remove those items that no longer serve you. And it's funny because we are approaching into fall, and so I know with myself, I just did my spring cleaning, which I consider still spring cleaning, but I
In the
moved my
fall, I do the
summer,
same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then brought into my fall, and so any of the clothes that I wasn't using anymore or stuff that just didn't fit me anymore, or whatever the case was, and I just let it go, donated that to you know, uh, a woman's shelter so that somebody else out there can get used to it. So that's
Mhm.
just kind of one thing that you can do. Another one is the crystals, which we mentioned earlier. What were we gonna say, Marge?
I was going to say smudging and crystals and
Yes.
adding a plant. Alive plants do wonders for your
Oh,
energy.
yes. I will tell you too, fish, if you have fish in your home and you have picked up somebody else's negative energy and it's a constant every day to day, your fish will take in that energy just like cats will too, but fish will immediately die.
Oh,
They
wow.
suck on so much of that negative energy, they
Yeah.
will immediately die. So, you come home and your fish was healthy, and you come and the next thing you know, he's passed on because they'll soak up a lot of that negative energy because they're already in the water,
Mm.
and so um,
Yeah.
cats are another one. I
And
guess. Oh yeah.
children just pick up on that energy and it just really impacts them, especially autistic kids, even more so because
Wow.
they're working on a totally different wavelength than normal people, right? So they're not working as much. They're on that more energetic side.
Mhm.
And kids pick up on the energy of a situation lickety split.
I
You don't want
believe.
to pull that kind of energy to your family.
No, no, not at all. I was gonna say with the crystals, March too, the ones that you can use is black tourmaline. I think I mentioned one earlier. Amethyst is another good one. So is the clear quartz crystal. They just help absorb that negative energy, and it also creates a protective barrier for your surroundings and stuff. So you can either carry those with you or put them throughout your house. That's just another way, and simple way. And of course, be sure that you are cleaning them out, probably monthly if you've noticed that your energy is just being depleted all the time. Rainwater is wonderful for them. Saging them, like Marge said, smudging them too is really good as well. Because sometimes people don't know how to clear those crystals, but while they do soak up that energy.
Yeah. I use moonlight a lot too. Full moon.
Full moon water. Yes, I just made some the day before. Yes, yeah, we had a beaver moon. Yeah, last
Yeah.
night. Yeah, it was.
It was
Oh my god, that
beautiful.
thing was huge.
It
So
was.
pretty. Yes, I was like, oh my god, that beaver moon. Yeah, I should mention that. The other one, Marge, is arranging your furniture. I think if I've heard if you do change 21 things or in your household, that it helps start moving the energy flow around. So
That makes sense.
yeah, so
Yeah.
just stuff, the
Move that
basic.
furniture around.
Yeah,
You're
it's
ready to put your Christmas tree up anyway, so just move your furniture around so you can put your tree up
oh my
if you
God,
do that.
yeah. And it also helps you with your energy as well because then you're like, the house is clean. I can feel
Yeah.
the different. You'll definitely feel the different energy starting to flow when you start shifting things around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Did
Another
you
one.
have you ever put like rosemary in your mop water?
Yes, I use a little essential oil. You can use the actual rosemary in there as well, the needles.
It helps.
Yes, it does. Even another one that's very good too, Marge, is that Palo Santo. Just saging the Palo
Yeah.
Santo. I will tell you, Palo Santo will not stay on if there is way too much energy. Because first of all, Palo Santo is so hard when you light it. It doesn't.
It
It
doesn't want to stay
doesn't.
lit.
No, and so that's just letting you know that there's probably the house needs a good clearing. Your car might need a good clearing. I know I saged my car out too because you're
Oh,
picking
you
up
travel
people.
so much.
Oh my God, yes. And I drive a lot and I have different people in my car all the time. I'm helping out people. So I also do a clear cleansing in my car. I don't think people think about that, but
That's a good idea.
yeah,
I know I pray over my car. I never thought of clearing it.
clearing it, yes. And it helps
Good
a lot.
idea.
Yeah, it helps. I actually need to do that recently now too that I think about it. Um, Another one is natural lighting. Like, if you can't get to any of the stuff we're talking about, natural lighting is wonderful. Pop those curtains open.
Yeah.
Let
Open
some
the
that,
windows if you can and
mhm. Let that lovely light come in because it truly does help. And it also sets the atmosphere for you too as
it
well.
does. I have these curtains in this window behind me because otherwise it just doesn't look right behind me here because of the reflections of everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in the morning, because I leave it closed at night,
Uh-huh.
and in the morning I come in here. When I open those windows, I feel like a Cinderella princess. It's like open the windows. It's like I'm waiting for the birds to come in and land on my finger. It's like just a way to start the day.
Oh my gosh, I could that would be nice. Another one too, Marge, is your colors. You gotta incorporate calming colors because let me tell you, I love the heck out of black. A lot of people just love wearing all black. It will absorb that negative energy so quick. Like, and
Yeah.
so you have to be mindful of that. So using soothing colors, blue hues, greens, soft earth tones, you
Yeah. You
know.
have the article on our website about the candle colors. The colors coincide, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so, sometimes too, like what you put on is gonna set your tone for your energy tone too. So,
True.
but yeah, it just helps. It helps with that too. So,
Yeah. All
um,
sorts of things you can do to help that out.
yes, with especially this energy vampire. Who knows if you're wearing a certain color, maybe they might not stay around too long either. If they like, okay, if you're wearing browns, and somebody comes up to wants to talk your ear off about something, they might not even stay too long because you're actually grounding yourself, and
Hmm.
so yeah, they might the energy on their side might kind of be like, okay, I'm not gonna stay too long. I'm just gonna say my piece and real quick or say hello for a minute or whatever and then jet out. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so colors like that do help you when you're not wanting to get zapped by the energy vampire.
Yeah, absolutely. Making sure that you're prepared for the situations with the holidays coming up when you're going into situations, holiday parties with coworkers or family or whatever it happens to be, just at the mall. If you guys, do you guys still go to malls? I don't go to the mall very often at all.
I don't even know the malls ever since everything's online now. The malls have kind of dropped down a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm hoping and praying that the mom and pop stores still continue to shine though for sure.
yeah, me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
I still love those little environments like that.
Yeah,
Another one too is designing a meditative space for yourself. If you're trying to find somewhere to relax and rejuvenate, just creating that little atmosphere. It could be in the corner of your house or wherever you have a little bit of room, comfortable seating, and of course your lighting or your incense or your candles, just kind of create that soothing um, atmosphere to relieve some of that stress that taken on for the day or something like that. Especially like I said, because we deal with people all the day, all the time.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about taking mine outside onto my porch because you guys know I love my porch. And I'll sit on my porch and listen to the birds and watch the spiders fly. This time of year, the spiders are flying across the yard. It's kind of cool. And so watching all that craziness out there, listening to the birds and the chipmunks. And I
Oh,
thought, I need my stuff out here too, but I
yeah.
don't want to put in a second meditation space out there. It's not quite set up for that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe someday.
Another one too that helps is water. Water is everybody uses water. You can talk to your water to say, however your energy might depleted. You can talk to your water and say, zest me up or whatever the case, that you're
Yeah.
dealing with and drink it. Water fountains, little like the little fountains that you can buy nowadays that just putting a little water fountain and hearing that noise helps
Hmm.
with some of that energy as well, just flowing the positive energy in and so
And
forth.
those create negative ions as well,
Yes.
just like the salt lamps do.
Oh, I love those salt lamps.
They're nice.
Yes. Mirrors are another one, Marge, that you would not think, okay, really a mirror. But yeah, if you think about it, just using your mirror wisely can amplify that energy as well. But you have to be careful with mirrors though, because they can also reflect the negative energy as well.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You're trying to fill yourself back up. In
Yes.
this particular instance, you're filling yourself up. You don't want to fill yourself up with the wrong thing.
Yes. I know that if you place a mirror like as somebody's getting ready to enter your door, their energy will bounce back off to them. So,
Yeah.
if that salesman keeps coming by your house, I don't know that you would do that anymore, but the energy will bounce back off. So, just remember that because mirrors will can do that also depending on where you put them, but they also can, if they're not supposed to have them in your bedroom. I know I have a big one in my bedroom, which I can't move, but it mirrors, you're supposed to cover them up, Marge, so you can get some peaceful sleep at night because of their energy is just so radiant.
Interesting.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
those are just some of the feng shuis that can kind of help with that. And then, of course, your air quality. You would not think Really, air quality, we breathe it in all the time. What are you talking about?
Big difference.
Yeah, good air quality. Like you said earlier, Marge, with the plants, it purifies your where you're at and your home environment and stuff like that. So that does help us, maintain our positive atmosphere. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. And making sure you're living your life with gratitude.
yes,
Start your day with it.
absolutely.
Start your
Set
day
those
with gratitude. Boom, boom, boom.
boundaries. Setting those boundaries with intention. At the end of the day, that's what you've got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did bring my cards today because I brought the law of positivism.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'll just say
Positivism.
law of positivity.
Positivism. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
strange.
because that word is I've never heard of it such a thing, but
It's a made up one. That's all right.
but I wanted to do cards on it since we are talking about energy vampires, and so we can leave this podcast on a positive note with some energy
Amen.
spells,
Sounds good.
right? Yeah, so I think we've hit a lot on the lovely energy vampires that you don't even know. Sometimes you might be talking to somebody, and all of a sudden, like you said, they're around. They
Yeah,
are around. All right, so let's see what the law of I'm going to just say positivity
that works.
has to say. And this is actually a healing oracle too. So if you're already feeling drained or whatever, you're realizing, oh yeah, maybe that's kind of what I am feeling depleted.
Yeah.
This one says, I liberate myself from emotions that don't serve me.
Well, that's it.
Yep,
What it's all
that's what
about,
we're
the whole
talking about.
conversation. Yep.
I wonder if that symbolize earth, air, fire, water, but then there's another element there. You see that, Marge?
Spirit, I think, if I'm
Oh,
remembering correctly.
okay, spirit. Yeah. It's funny because I liberate myself from emotions that don't serve me. That's a very good affirmation to say before you start your day off.
It
I
is.
liberate myself from emotions that don't serve me because if you do get involved with an energy vampire, this will severe that completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we didn't, well, we could talk about tapping. We should do a whole podcast on tapping.
Oh yeah,
Just
tapping
tapping to release those different
and
situations. In this particular case, it is really important to make sure you're setting those boundaries and sticking to them, being compassionate, but not denying yourself.
right. Yes. It's good to lend an ear, but like I said, at the same token, you've got to set those boundaries as well. So,
Yeah.
the next card was I listen to the voice of my body. It lets me know exactly what I need.
Mm-hmm.
So, just remember that I listen to the voice of my body. So, your body, when you're having all that negative energy hit you or from that energy vampire, you're going to feel it in your body,
Yeah.
Your shoulders might start hurting, your neck might be hurting, and
Yeah.
you
Feel
know you
exhausted, anxious.
yes, and so you're like, what is and this is what I'll tell you too, Mark. Some people are like, oh no, I'm getting sick. No, it's probably you may have taken on somebody else's energy, and so
Yeah.
they'll try to be the victim here. Like, just try to cleanse yourself. I think we've said this too. We can do it in the water,
Yeah.
to alleviate when you take a shower in the evening or the morning or however you do it, alleviate that energy and let it go. So,
Mhm.
um, because your body will tell you exactly what you need, when it does come to that.
That's true.
Yeah. And that last but not least, Marge will put my mind is clear as a still lake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that.
That's so pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I cannot see if you can see it. There you go.
Yeah, I could see it. You have to
Yeah.
send me a nice picture of that. I'll put it on the thumbnail. That's really
Yeah.
pretty.
That's beautiful. So my mind is clear as a still lake. So remember, what you think you become, but with an energy vampire, sometimes you get all rattled up in that
Yeah.
energy, and you're just like, oh my god, my mind, I have a migraine, my head hurts, I don't understand what
My teeth
happened.
are all starting to break. You're clenching your teeth.
Yes, because you've just taken on some of these negative vibes, and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? And so be
Yeah.
sure, like I said, even if you have to get a bottle of water or whatever it is, and just pray over that water, like say, send me some positive energy water, whatever, the water's a really strong one, and then drink it. It'll
Yeah.
help clear some of that terribleness away. So,
It will.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Perfect. Yeah, I
yeah.
think that'll really help some people if they keep it in mind about when they're starting to feel these emotions. Don't get upset at the person. It's not necessarily, and it's not probably not intentional. It's just their mindset. But you don't have to give all of yourself to them. You need to protect yourself.
No, I agree. Now, if there is an energy vampire that's constantly doing this over and over again, maybe they need to seek help. There's plenty of things out there that can help people nowadays. Therapy is wonderful. You can get sometimes therapy for free. There's 1-800 hotlines out there. If they're just if they're constantly, it's the same thing over and over and over. So that's just something
Yeah,
to keep in mind as well.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so. Well, I have nothing else to add tonight, Marge. Did you have anything to add?
Nothing at all. I think we've covered it pretty well.
Yes, perfect. All right. Well, my name is Carol. Thank you all for coming today. You can visit us at www.neuvias.com. And
And I'm March, and thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you'll like and share and comment on this. It'll be interesting to hear what other methods people might use to kind of clear that negativity from the energy vampires.
absolutely. Till next time, much love.
Thanks for joining us. Love y'all.
Love you.
Bye bye.